Hello and welcome to another episode of Cultural Magazine, and today's episode is another special episode related to Ramadan nights and the importance of celebrating the holy month here in Egypt. Let's go find out more.
Muslims around the world joyfully receive the month of Ramadan. There are various manifestations and activities that Muslims practice during this month in appreciation of the great annual event. Egyptians find this month a great opportunity for family connections as well as religious contemplation, which can bring them closer to Allah. We observe the most prevalent features of the holy month that Egyptians inherited from generation to generation over the past centuries. One of the rituals that Muslims are accustomed to during the holy month of Ramadan is breaking the fast, eating dates, following the example and sunnah of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. When one ponders of the idea, dates are of great health benefits. Breaking the fast on fresh dates or water is a desirable sunnah, yet not obligatory. So it is permissible for the fasting person to break his fast with whatever food he wants. Dates are considered one of the light and healthy meals that are preferred to be eaten for breakfast in Ramadan, as they contain many important benefits for the fasting person. Dates provide the body with the energy it needs after the long, exhausting hours of fasting, because it contains a good percentage of simple sugars that work to raise the sugar level, which decreases during the day due to fasting. Dates are considered a nutritious snack because they contain vitamins and minerals that help prepare the stomach to receive food by helping the digestive process. It also has fibers that help it in feeling full and not need too much food. There's no food or drink that has been associated with the month of Ramadan more than kunafa and kataif over the course of hundreds of years. Therefore, we found talk about these desserts alive and present in Arabic literature and poetry throughout the ages. Even Imam Jalal-ud-Din al-Asyuti wrote tales that he called the Kunafa and Kataif tales. This comes in addition to the race of various countries over who had the precedence in inventing it and assessing it before others. And one of the most important of these historical debates was what always happens between the Egyptians and the Levantines. As for Kataif, it has been known since the Abbasid era. It was mentioned in the poetry of Ibn Rumi and others. Some attribute the origin of naming Kataif by this name to the similarity of its texture to the texture of the velvet cloth. It was also said that when it came about, it took this name when it was presented as a small stuffed pie for the guests to pick up easily.
رمضان في مصر حاجة تانية والسر في التفاصيل رمضان في مصر غير الدنيا طعمه بطعم واحنا بنتمشى، فوانيس وزينة في الشارع، صوت الأذان يدخل قلبك، ونصلي تراويح في الجامع. بالليل بتحلو القعدة، طاولة ودومنة وكوتشينة، والله زمان ده احنا بقالنا مدة بعيد عن بعضينا. رمضان في مصر حاجة تانية، والسر في التفاصيل. رمضان في مصر غير الدنيا، طعمه بطعم النيل. في كل وش تلاقي ضحكة، والناس بسيطة وفرحانة، كل القلوب الخير فيها، كل البيوت هنا عمرانة. وده كان مسافر في الغربة، واخد اجازته هنا معانا. رمضان تملي مقربنا، اللمة دي كانت وحشانا. رمضان في مصر حاجة تانية، والسر في التفاصيل. رمضان في مصر غير الدنيا، طعمه بطعم النيل. رمضان في مصر حاجة تانية، والسر في التفاصيل. رمضان في مصر غير الدنيا، طعمه بطعم.
Egypt has a long-standing heritage when it comes to different forms of arts and culture. We have a lot to preserve here in Egypt, so let's find out more about how the Egyptians are preserving their heritage.
One of the many manifestations of the celebration of the month of Ramadan is the crowding of the streets. The Ramadan tents are also spread in city streets with all its inherited customs and traditions for hundreds of years. Khan al-Khalili, one of the neighborhoods of Old Cairo, enjoys a great tourist attraction for visitors to Cairo and Egypt in general. The neighborhood of Khan al-Khalili was a source of inspiration for many Egyptian writers, most notably the writer Naguib Mahfouz, who wrote one of his novels taking place in the neighborhood and bears the name Khan al-Khalili. The novel was later turned into a movie starring superstar Ahmed Hamdi. Khan al-Khalili is an old neighborhood that is about 600 years old, and it is considered one of the oldest markets in Old Cairo and even in the Middle East. Khan al-Khalili still retains its ancient architecture since the Mamluk era. It was not affected by the factors of time, and it remains an inspiration for writers and artists as well. The Khan is a building in the form of a large square, and it surrounds a courtyard that has shops in its center, while the upper floors are for residences. Well, its name goes to its owner, who established the marketplace in the year 1382, and he was Prince Goharex el-Khalili, one of the Mamluk princes from Hebron in Palestine. There are stories relating after the killing of al-Khalili in Damascus, the Mamluk Sultan al-Gohari removed the Khan and established a marketplace for merchants in its place. So the site acquired a historical character localized with the antiquities of the Mamluks. The first thing that catches the eye in Khan al-Khalili are the mashrabiyas overlooking the streets, the water basins, and the narrow alleys amidst the crowds full of colors precious stones, gold and silver, and cafes that bear the stories of all those who visited the place. An atmosphere one can only find in no other area than Dikhan.
You're still watching Cultural Magazine, and we have a lot in store for you when it comes to the traditions of celebrating the holy month of Ramadan.
The Egyptian Mawlawiya is a Sufi singing band that was initiated in 1994 by its founder and singer Amir Touni, who based its notion on both the Egyptian and global Mawlawiya heritage. This comes in addition to the ceremonial forms of various Egyptian Sufi genres since El Hut, the first Sufi on earth, who was born and lived in Upper Egypt.
Ramadan, we have a lot of performance in Ramadan. First, we will make an opening performance in Asr al-Amir Taz with the Minister of Culture. After that, on next creative center in Qubbat al-Ghori, we have another, and Alexandria Bibliothèque. We have a lot of performance in Cairo, in outside, in Jordan, in Morocco. A lot of days in Ramadan. All Ramadan celebrate of Islamic culture and Islamic spiritual. This month is very spirituality. So we meet another audience, we meet another human in Ramadan. We established in 1994, and on first we try to collect a lot of documentary about Quranic history and Islamic history, because in our history we have a lot of source of dervish and dance, and after that we mix it between Quranic and Islamic, because we are Egyptian, and our group also is Egyptian group. We try to collect all the culture and make another culture. Ramadan, the month is different, and also already the audience is different. In Ramadan, all the audience make a meditation, and after that at night he come by his spirit. So Ramadan is more spirituality. We have a lot of codes in our performance. When I sung, we try to the dancer try to explain the poetry to the audience. So when you see the dancer when the song our music establishing, it is our meditation.
Through this band, Ituni attempts to present the Egyptian Mawlawiya heritage worldwide. They performed several shows in most Arab and European countries, accompanied by the band and whirling dervish. Ituni sings poems from the Sufi legacy for poets including Al-Saharwardi, Al-Hallaj, Ibn al-Arabi, Abdul Qadir al-Jilani, and other Sufi and contemporary poets.
In first time will be on a stage, but after that, because the tempo will be different, change. When we sing it changes. So as a dancer, try to fly by spirit, by this movement on or this choreograph on stage to explain how to make a meditation by the spirit. Choreograph, that means what try to explain about what he feel. So when we will be on India, on another country, in Copenhagen and at any place, for example, we have just come from India, we have a international peace festival in India. And also we have a workshop next day to explain our instrumental. I ask the audience come to join us to fly, and all there is our clothes and try to make a meditation. It is an experience. We can't explain what is just go on the experience. Here it is a theater and stage and audience. But if we have an auditorium or a space to join us, it is easy for us. But today it is, you can join us by singing. When we decided to make Egyptian Mevlevi or Egyptian Mawlawiya, that means because we have a different culture and we have different mood, and we try to explain by our culture, by music. It is not music from anywhere. Our music from Egypt, from inside our culture, and also we try to make a dialogue with another culture.
We prepare for the show with only some rehearsals. We are always ready because this is our job. We only work on zikr, which is the remembrance of Allah right before the show. We know our songs by heart, whatever we do, whether it is dancers, instrument players, or chanters. We all work harmoniously. During Ramadan, we present several works intensely, and we will also be presenting a show in Morocco this year. Darwish all over the world are unified in the love of Allah. They all do the same whirling. I play different musical instruments, mostly Western ones. I specifically play the cajun, which is an instrument from Peru. It has strings inside of it, making it different from our other instruments. I play various other instruments as well, and I also play the djembin, which is African. I'm of Nubian origin, in which I learnt the duf drums at a very early age. I like to renew and add new sound to the music I play. We try to intermingle Western and Oriental musical instruments. My new instrument, the so-called cajun, came to Egypt about the year 2005, and other bands also started using it. I play with the Maulawiya troupe since 2016. We try to make new music even when we go abroad to places like India or any other country. We try to mix our cultures, and we do this in our workshops as well. We believe that music is a language that everyone can understand, no matter what the culture. The Maulaweya performance is a Sufi folklore show that is distinctive of religious heritage, reflecting Egypt's cultural heritage. This is Abidi Gindi for the Cultural Magazine.
This brings us to the end of this episode of Cultural Magazine. Hope you enjoyed it and found out more about what happens in Ramadan.